Have you ever wondered what airlines are keeping from you? Let's pull back the curtain on the shocking secrets they don't want you to know. Hidden fees, the truth behind the extra charges those low-cost flights. You might be paying way more than you think. Unseen baggage fees, seat selection charges, fuel surcharges you didn't know existed, the mysterious world of airline overbooking. Ever been bumped from a flight? It might not be as random as you think. How airlines overbook flights to maximize profit. What passengers are entitled to when bumped. How to avoid getting bumped. The real reason why flights are often delayed. It's not always weather that causes delays. Here's what's really going on behind the scenes. Mechanical issues that airlines don't want to admit. Staffing shortages and understaffed airports. The impact of hidden scheduling errors. The secret to scoring a free upgrade. Want a free upgrade? Airlines have secret rules for it. Timing and knowing the right people. How to leverage loyalty points or credit card status. The trick to increasing your chances on day of flight. Why airlines don't want you to know about your seat. Your seat choice can make or break your flight. Here's why. Hidden pros and cons of certain seat locations. How airlines price seats based on demand. The importance of choosing your seat wisely to avoid discomfort. The reality of in-flight food and drink. Ever wonder why airline food tastes so bland? The truth might surprise you. Sub-bullet 1. Cost-saving measures behind in-flight meals. Why airlines overcharge for alcohol. Health and safety concerns about in-flight snacks. The myth of airline loyalty programs. Hook. Loyalty programs sound great, but they're not always as rewarding as you think. Sub-bullet 1. The fine print of mileage programs. Hidden costs in reward tickets. Why rewards are harder to redeem than advertised. Why airlines often lose your luggage. Lost luggage happens more than you realize. Here's why. The chaos of luggage handling in large airports. How baggage mix-ups are often part of the system. How to protect your luggage from loss. The truth about airline safety claims. Airline safety is constantly hyped. But how safe are we really? The measures airlines take to ensure safety. Why the media focuses on plane crashes. How to improve your personal safety while flying. The fuel economy secret airlines don't share. What if I told you airlines are saving fuel in ways you might not like? How airlines use weight distribution to save fuel. Why flights take longer routes to cut costs. The secret behind the fuel surcharges you pay. Why some airports are more expensive than others. You won't believe why some airports charge more than others. Airport taxes and surcharges that inflate your ticket price. Hidden fees for using certain terminals. Why international airports often have higher fees. The dark side of budget airlines. Budget airlines might not be as cheap as you think. The true cost of low-cost tickets. The role of flight attendants in your experience. Flight attendants do a lot more than you think on every flight. How they manage passenger comfort while ensuring safety. The hidden stress they face to maintain order. The unspoken rules for passengers to follow to make their job easier. Why airlines don't always listen to passenger complaints. Complaints don't always lead to change. Here's why. How customer feedback is often overlooked. The limited power of online reviews. How passenger complaints can get lost in the system. Hidden details about the boarding process. Boarding is more strategic than you might think. Here's why. Sub-bullet 1. How airlines board to maximize efficiency. Why some passengers always seem to board first. The psychology behind boarding groups. The truth about airline food options. Your food choice on a plane. It's not always what you think. Why airlines opt for pre-packaged meals. The hidden cost of special meal requests. How to avoid food disasters during your flight. Airline maintenance secret. The real reason some planes are grounded. It's not what you think. The frequency and types of maintenance checks airlines perform. How minor issues are handled to keep planes in service. Why airlines sometimes delay repairs for financial reasons. Why airplanes can't always fly direct. Why do some flights take longer routes? It's not about the weather, air traffic control and restricted airspaces. Cost-saving measures that influence flight paths. How delays on the ground affect your flight route. Now you know what the airlines don't want you to know. Keep these secrets in mind next time you fly. Want more insider info? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on navigating the skies like a pro. The secret behind airline seating arrangements. Did you know airlines strategically design seats to maximize profits? Why seats are sometimes smaller or closer together. How airlines adjust seating for higher revenue on different routes. The truth about premium seating and why it's not always what it seems. Why some flights are always full. Ever wonder why certain flights are always packed to the brim? Airlines pricing models to increase demand. How frequent flyer programs influence seat occupancy. The strategy behind busy routes and peak travel times. The truth about airline advertising. Airlines marketing might not be as transparent as you think. The truth about bargain fares in ads. Why some promotions only seem good on the surface. How airlines handle lost or damaged luggage. Your luggage isn't always a priority for airlines. Here's why. The process of dealing with lost or delayed luggage. How airlines attempt to minimize the cost of compensating passengers. Tips for protecting your luggage from damage or loss. Why some passengers get special treatment. Wondering why some passengers seem to get all the perks. There's a reason. The hidden power of elite status programs. How loyalty and frequent flyer miles influence treatment.